gold, it's gold, it's gold. Came to cry from Sacramento. It's gold, it's gold, it's gold.
You're listening to Local Gold. Join us as we mine the ore of Sacramento's rich musical heritage, some of which has been unjustly buried by the deposits of time. And now your host, Patrick Skiffington.
Hello, Sacramento! Welcome back to Local Gold. Today's episode started years ago when I found my first 45 on the Raven label at a thrift store. I picked it up just because of the gorgeous label that also said Sacramento, California on the bottom. That record blew my mind. This led to all of us here at Local Gold falling absolutely in love with the artist who we will be featuring today. An incredible country act with out-of-this-world sibling harmonies. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, at long last, this is the Perry Sisters.
Scorpio, 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 Scorpio. We're not mated for each other, can't you see? You're a Scorpio and I'm an Aries. Your sign is water and I'm a fire sign. And water puts out fire every single time. Scorpio, Scorpio. We're attracted, but we must push that aside to find our inner selves and never try to hide. When my flame is lit, it must burn evermore. Your water sign of Scorpio I can endure. It's not written in the stars for you and me. No matter how we try, we never could be happy. It's not written in the stars for us to be. Oh, can I make you see through this astrology? Scorpio's possessiveness and jealousy holds back the restless and impetuous Aries. I must find a sign to make my fire grow, but I'm really sorry it's not Scorpio. It's not written in the stars for you and me. No matter how we tried, we never could be happy. It's not written in the stars for us to be. Oh, can I make you see through this astrology?
Okay, let's all catch our breath after that one, huh? That record and many more by the Perry Sisters was recorded right here in Sacramento. After years of trying to find these girls, we finally tracked them down. Now, let's listen to Mona and Sally tell their story themselves. Ladies, we are absolutely thrilled to finally get a chance to talk to you for our radio show here. We are probably your three biggest fans in the universe.
Okay, well that's nice.
To the best of our knowledge, we have all your records, but we'll find that out during the course of the interview today. Why don't the two of you introduce yourselves before we begin?
I'm Sally Perry. Well, that's my maiden name. And I'm Sally Morris now, but I was Sally Perry for years.
And she's my big sister.
And this is my sister Mona.
I'm Mona. And now I'm a Smith.
She's a Smith girl now.
I'm sure we'll get into that later. Like I said, we are absolutely thrilled to have you here today. So My very first question for you is, tell us where you two were born. Where'd you come from originally?
We were born in Millinocket, Maine, and all of our family is still up there, most of them. And we started singing when we were
6 and 7.
6 and 7 years old.
So it looks like you guys came from a musical family, and that's how you got into music. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, our dad and his brother used to sing and play. My dad played all kinds of anything with strings, and my uncle played guitar, and they harmonized. And also my mom's was a singer, and her dad was a drummer.
Well,
He was a drummer in a band.
I didn't know that.
Yes, he was. Yes.
Boy, the things you learn.
That's why I'm here, to help you.
Okay.
Fantastic. So that's what got you girls into wanting to play music, wanting to sing together and everything, wanting to learn harmonies and all that. So
Absolutely.
Yes.
when did the two of you start playing music together and start singing together?
We started singing at 6 and 7, but we didn't learn to play instruments until we were like, I think it was, I was in 8th grade when I learned to play guitar. And so
me
she
too.
was, yeah. But you were,
But I played a little piano when I was younger. I played piano because my dad used to play a little piano too. So I learned from him. And then I learned to play guitar too. So the two of us played guitars for a while. And then I went into banjo because I liked it so much. I got myself a banjo and taught myself to play. And then after that, I took up the bass. So that's my main instrument, bass guitar.
Fantastic. So when did the two of you decide that you were good enough to start playing out together?
that's a good question. Actually, it was people around us that told us you should be doing that. You should be doing it professionally. And we did a couple of jamborees and things, and
Contests.
and jamborees, yeah. And we were hired by various bands that wanted us to sing with them. So
did they actually hire you just as singers, or did you bring your own material, or did you get to play instruments in those early bands?
the early bands, we didn't do our own material. We did songs that were well established. But the earliest was just Sally and I. We did bluegrass.
Yeah.
We loved bluegrass, and it was just the two of us.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We saw your pop played bass with y'all on for some of that.
Yes, he did,
Yeah.
but not out. He played with us at home.
Yeah, my dad, he played a little bit with us.
So did you guys fill out the bluegrass band with other pickers when you'd play out?
The bluegrass, we mainly did just the two of us.
Yeah.
And we did shows, and it was just the two of us. We won contests and everything else doing our bluegrass.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you guys have any recordings from that time?
We do have some that we can send you.
And so the girls were kind enough to give us some earlier home recordings they made with friends and family. We'd like to share those with you now.
Gonna take a sentimental journey. Gonna set my heart at ease. Gonna make that sentimental journey to renew old memories. I got my bag, I got my reservation. Spend each dime I could afford. Like a child in wild anticipation, I long to hear that all aboard. 7, that's the time we leave at 7. I'll be waiting up for heaven, counting every mile of railroad track that takes me back. Never thought my heart would be so yearning. Why did I decide to roam? Gonna make that sentimental journey, sentimental just the time we leave at 7. I'll be waiting heaven to heaven. Heaven, counting every mile of railroad track that takes me back. Never thought my heart could be so yearning. Why did I decide to roam? Gonna take a sentimental journey, sentimental journey home. Sentimental journey. Woo. Stay why don't you let me be? Don't know why you keep on haunting me. Life is full of misery. Seems as though I can't be free. I don't know why you keep on haunting me.
And the earliest material we have from you guys is on Decca Records. In 1959, we have, there it is right there. Could you guys tell us a little bit about how you landed that contract with Decca and the recording session and etc.?
You got it.
Okay, we had a friend who wanted to manage musical acts, and he loved Sally and I singing, and so he told that friend about us. His name was Mike Fuda. He was from Waterbury, Connecticut, and he took us to New York.
Yep. He took us to New York to meet the people at Decca,
Paris Records.
Paris Records started us out, and then we went from there to Cadence, which was the Everly Brothers label. But they couldn't find the right song for us, so they sold our contract to Decca. And that's where we were, Decca. We did 4 songs for Decca, 4 sides.
So you said Cadence couldn't find the right material for you. How did Decca go about finding the material for you?
Well, here's how it is. If back then, in those days, they just put anything out, and if it flew, fine. We were with Archie Blyer at Cadence. He was the A&R man. And he said, I will not just put any junk out with you girls. I want to make sure it's going to be the right thing for you. So that's how that happened.
And so what was the selection process for the songs that you recorded for Decca?
Okay, for Decca, we did Willie Boy, which was written by our manager, Mike Fuda. And someone else wrote a song called Fabian, and they asked us to do it. And it was about Fabian Forte, the actor,
And singer. He was a singer.
and singer too.
Frankie Avalon's buddy.
And so we did those, and then we did one of our songs called Blue Highway. And what was the other?
Playboy.
Playboy was the other side. Yeah, and that's both our manager wrote Willie Boy and Playboy. He wrote both of them. So those were the songs we did.
We actually have both of those records and all 4 of those sides, so we're going to be playing them on the show today.
Fabian, is it fact or fiction? Fabian, that you found another love. Oh, Fabian, how I hope it's fiction. You're the only love I'm dreaming of. What would I do without you? You're call me up tonight. Willie boy, Willie boy, Willie boy. Come on, shoot me, baby.
Willie, Willie boy.
Don't you make me so shy.
Willie, Willie boy.
If you are honey, baby,
Willie, Willie boy.
want you to tell me why. No reason to be when you are with me. Yes, sirree, you're for me, and forever you will be. Hey there, Willie boy,
Willie, Willie boy.
what you doing tonight?
Willie, Willie boy.
Come on, Willie baby,
Willie, Willie boy.
want you to hold me tight.
Willie, Willie
Know
boy.
my name, call me up tonight. Willie boy, Willie boy, Willie boy. Come on, Willie,
Come on, Willie,
come on, baby.
you know my name.
Call me up tonight. Willie boy, Willie boy, Willie boy. Willie boy, Willie boy, Willie boy. Willie boy, Willie boy. Playboy, you're just a playboy. Oh, playboy, you're just a playboy. Playboy, but I'm wise to you. You take me out only now and then. You hug me and kiss me, then you run again. You tell me you love me, but it's never true. You're nothing but a playboy, but I'm wise to you. Playboy, you're just a playboy. Oh, playboy, you're just a playboy. Playboy, but I'm wise to you. Crazy clothes, crazy car, coolest talker, you are by far. You treat my heart just like a toy. Oh, playboy, oh, playboy, playboy, you're just a playboy. Playboy, but I'm wise to you. But I'm wise to you. But I'm wise to you.
Holy smokes! How about Playboy? We have one more side from the Decca sessions that was unreleased. Here is Just Whistle.
Had all your fun, now our romance is done. 'Cause you weren't satisfied with loving only one. But if you still want to be my baby, if you still want to be my guy, you don't have to beg, you don't have to plead, just whistle. Light the hop, we're spinning like top. Till you rolled off to ask another girl to buy. But if you still want to be my baby, if you still want to be my guy, you don't have to beg, you don't have to plead, just whistle. don't talk of a new romance. Come on back, baby, I'll give you another chance. And if you still wanna be like this, baby, if you still wanna be like that, you don't have to think, you don't have to please, just whistle. Come on, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo. Come on, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo. Come on, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo. Come on, baby. You don't have to think, you don't have to please, just whistle.
A little earlier, you guys talked about how your dad and I believe your uncle harmonized so well. We want to tell you first and foremost that your harmonies are a knockout. Like that is probably the center of all of your performances are your fantastic sister harmonies.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you. You know, we started singing in the car, and when my dad had the radio on, and no matter who was singing, we sang with them, and we did 3-part harmony. So we learned at a very early age how to do that.
It really shows because you guys have that country harmony nailed, just absolutely perfect. It especially comes across on Blue Highway. I mean, because of the long, sustained, it's like you really hear it. It sounds really great.
Well, thank you. That's so
Thank
nice.
So after Decca, who was your management early on? What were you guys doing after that? Were you playing out? Were you trying to get more recordings?
Okay, after that, I got married.
She got married.
And I had a baby. And so for a few years, we weren't really doing anything in music. And then,
Well, except we were playing one night a week at a little local club called the Kelly's Oak Tree Inn. And we played there for 5 years, didn't we?
that was later on.
And we were having our kids, we were having our families, you know. But anyway, Art Jones used to come in to Kelly's and sit in with us. And I think you know who Art Jones is.
We do know of Art Jones because of the Raven connection.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jones. Obviously, we haven't met him, but we have a bunch of his records, so that's really great that you brought that up. Please continue.
Yes. And he's the one responsible for getting us to Sacramento and meet Bill and Ruth, and he wanted to record us. So.
Well, you beat me to it, but that's a wonderful segue to. By Bill and Ruth, you mean, of course, Bill and Ruth Moore, who ran Raven Records.
Correct.
So Art Jones was the one that connected you with them. So tell us a little bit about how you went about selecting songs for your Raven sides, and your relationship with Bill and Ruth Moore.
Okay, well, 3 of them, I think, or 4 of them, all 4 of them were original songs that we wrote.
Bill-
Scorpio was the first one,
Yeah. And Housewives Plea.
Housewife's Plea, and she wrote that one. I wrote Scorpio, she wrote Housewife's Plea, and then we wrote the, what was the other?
Blue
two?
Highway.
Blue-
Oh, no, I'm sorry. We didn't do that for Raven.
Going Home.
Going
Going
home.
Home.
We wrote that together.
We wrote that together.
And I'm sorry, but you guys did not write Satisfied Mind.
No, we did not. But that's my favorite. That's still my favorite.
That's a Red Foley song.
We love that song.
So how did it come about that, where did you guys record those sessions? Did you come to Sacramento to record those sessions for Raven Records?
We recorded 4 sides
With Reagan
in Sacramento.
in Sacramento, right?
Yes.
And then,
At Grant Studios.
yeah. And then we went home and we formed our own band. As soon as Scorpio started getting airplay, we formed a band called the Perry Sisters and the Scorpios.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm going to tell you right now that what started us on a quest to find you all and feature you on our show today was that I found a copy of Scorpio at a thrift store here in town. I brought home, and I bought it because, you know, the Raven label is just iconic. It's really beautiful. And but at the bottom it said Raven Records, Sacramento, California, etc. And so of course I grabbed it, I brought it home, and man, it knocked me on my butt. Never heard a song like Scorpio. The case can be made that that record led us to start this show in the first place. So for that, ladies, I'd really like to thank you.
Well, we thank you.
Thank you a lot. We're happy.
And now we come to Raven Records and the girls' connection to Sacramento. We have all of these sides, including one that was, again, never released. Most of these were recorded at Brant Studios right here in Sacramento.
Once our home was happy. My man worked from 6 to 3, and all of his spare hours he used to spend with me. We'd laugh and talk together, how I loved his company, and I was never lonely when he was with me. The day he brought that big rig home, he was swelled with pride, and so I told him I was happy, didn't let my feelings show. At first it wasn't too bad, I planned and waited just for him. Then one lonely night it happened, temptation walked in. Yes, my man still believes in me. He thinks I've never been untrue, and with all my heart I love him. Can't help the things I do. But someday I know he'll find out, and then my tears will start, 'cause then he'll roll those big wheels right over my heart. Oh, how I wish that I could be stronger, that I could wait just a little longer. But loneliness is the one thing I can't stand. Oh, please don't let me lose my truck driving man. Oh, please don't let me lose my truck driving man. You took me away, I was so young, led me astray. Now I find you're not my kind. Leave me alone, I'm a-going home. Mom and Dad, I hurt them so. They cried and begged me not to go. You took my heart, tore it apart. Everything's gone, I'm a-going home. Home. can't go on. I'm going home. Home, sweet home. Home, sweet home. I'm going home. I'm going home. Going home. Going home. I'm going home. Going How many times have you heard someone say, if I had his money, I could do things my way. But little they know that it's so hard to find one rich man in 10 with a satisfied life. Once I was waiting in fortune and fame, had everything that I dreamed of to get a start in life's game. Then suddenly it's past time. I lost every dime, but I'm richer by far with a satisfied mind. Money can't buy back your youth when you're old, or a friend when you're lonely, or a love that's grown cold. The wealthiest person is a pauper at times compared to the man with a satisfied mind. When life has ended, my time has run out. My friends and my loved ones, I believe there's no doubt. But there's one thing for certain, when it comes my time, I'll leave this old world with a satisfied mind. I'll leave this old world with a satisfied mind. Mary and Tommy Smith live down the street. They both have lovers that they secretly meet. Their married life is growing mighty thin. Oh, what a crazy, crazy world we live in. The Joneses and the Rileys are all friends. The way that Mrs. Jones wants Riley, it's a sin. But the craziest part is he wants Mrs. Lynn. Oh, what a crazy, crazy world we live in. Seems like no one's really happy anymore. It looks like marriage just kicks love right out the door. same with anyone. Something's wrong with our society. Someday we'll find out what's wrong with you and me. And this crazy, crazy world we live in. Seems like no one's really happy anymore. It looks like marriage just kicks life right out the door. And each one looks for happiness again with someone they think they'll love until the end. In this crazy, crazy world we live in. My love affair with you is like a flashing neon sign. You're here today and gone tomorrow, like a bouquet of flowers or a glass of sparkling wine. When we're together, life's enchanted, and my dreams are all fulfilled. But I know it will be over one more time. One more time, let the music play, and my heart is gay. It won't go away as long as we're together. I'm happy once again. One more time. Then all too soon you're gone and I'm left alone again. But in my mind I still can wander back to those happy hours and relive them all again. Though I can't have you with me always, I'll just take you when I can, and I live for when I'm with you one more time.
So you said that the majority of those Raven sides were originals, but it seems like you guys have been writing songs since, you know, the beginning. Were they usually received, and was it difficult to get record labels to take your songwriting seriously?
People loved the songs when we did them, you know, and they would request it. request them. And no, the record labels actually preferred that you had your own material.
Oh, that's fantastic. We actually interviewed and featured Jerry McClendon on an earlier show, and about 90% of his sides were all self-penned as well.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Jerry McClendon at all?
You know, the name sounds familiar, but we can't really place
Oh,
it.
Jerry?
He's
I remember him.
You
She
do?
doesn't. I remember.
Oh, do you?
Remember him?
Yes.
Okay.
Wasn't he handsome? You can tell us.
Was he what?
Handsome.
Of course he was handsome.
Yeah, we'll send you. We have most of his records too. We'll send you some of that. But when our show comes out about him, you'll have to go back and listen to it. But after Raven, or actually we have. Let me try that again. We saw recently on your Perry Sisters fan page on Facebook that you possibly recorded a couple songs for Raven that maybe weren't released. There's a song called "Think It Over."
Yes.
Yeah. Think it over, and we have that one though.
Crazy World was actually released.
Yes, Crazy World was released.
The harmonies on that are killer. Oh my gosh, they're killer.
We had, oh gosh, I can't remember. It was an album, a whole album worth, but it was never released. I don't know what happened, but it wasn't. You know, they released singles off it.
Right. Okay. Fantastic. Yeah. And of course, we have those singles. Do you guys have any of those unreleased songs?
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
You're of course going to send us some copies to feature on this radio program. Yes.
Absolutely.
Woohoo! And here we have an unreleased song from the Raven sessions called "Think It Over."
You come home at night for supper, and then you go right out again. And you meet her in some dingy bar and talk about your plans. Well, you're not fooling me, 'cause I'm not dumb. I know there's someone else. You just can't hide your true feelings in spite of yourself. But think it over before you go. Be sure that what you're getting is better than what you're letting go. Contentment turns to boredom with a day-by-day routine. And your search for fun has led you to a honky-tonk strip queen. But will her love replace the happiness the children give to you? And when things get rough, will she run out, or like I've done, stick by you? Think it over before you go. Be sure that what you're getting is better than what you're letting go. Think it over before you go.
Well, folks, you saw this coming, but the Perry Sisters are just too much for one show. Please join us next time for part 2, where you'll learn more about the Perry Sisters, including their full album and radio show. We'll see you next time, Sacramento.
It's gold, it's gold, it's gold. came the cry from Sacramento. It's gold, it's gold, it's gold.
You've been listening to Local Gold, produced by John Fogarty, engineered by Mark Pollock, hosted by Patrick Skiffington. We would like to thank Mike Jones for his support and technical expertise, and we would especially like to thank Sally and Mona Perry for their time and gracious sharing of their memories. Please visit them on Facebook at The Perry Sisters. Local Gold has been sponsored by Blue Seal Bread. And now, a word from our sponsor.
As president of the Ladies' League, I have learned that certain of our girls have succumbed to the practice of squeezing Blue Seal bread. Now, I must warn you, stop before it's too late. As for me, it's already too late. I've just got to pick up this loaf and squeeze.
Blue Seal, the bread you love to squeeze.